Alright guys and girls, welcome back. Today's Tuesday 16th of May. It's 2017 still, obviously, at the time of this video, unless it's somewhere down the line not. So this is another dose of daily news with me, Anthony Kenneth Bishop. Got my name at the bottom, the likes and subscribes and Tuesday and all that. So I've just come at this with this sort of like simple, not too complex sort of like transition for my video using the PlayStation 4 Share Factory. This is absolutely one of the best sort of video editing, easy to use softwares on the PlayStation 4. It's a shame that that Sony won't pull it on to PC. This would be quite cool if they made a PC version of it, because this is quite easy for anybody to pretty much use. Anybody can use this. Anyway, in today's topics for the news, Microsoft's president reflects on the cyber attacks helping pirates and the NSA. I think this is to do with the National Health Service, I believe, so of what's going on. Microsoft has had a whirlwind last few days. The company's operating system, Windows, was the target of a massive cyber attack that took down hundreds of thousands of computers across 150 countries. While it is too soon to say the worst is over, there could be another wave. The president of the company does have two big takeaways. One takeaway is sexy, edgy. The other is boring and plain vanilla, but no less important to Brad Smith, president of Microsoft. Let's start there. Simple maintenance would solve a lot of problems. Well, actually it would, if they actually fix some of the exploits on some of the antiviruses, make sure the actual hackers don't get in, because otherwise what's the point of getting hackers to hack into your computer too easily? Because you don't want anything happening to your computers in the first place. You want to be protected. That's why you pay money to these companies to protect your shit. It's like you wouldn't go into a bank, would you, and rob a bank and stuff that easy, would you? So because they have tight security, and same they should have with internet. If you're on the internet and you're surfing the net and all that, or surfing the net, and you're doing like different things on there to protect yourself and all that. Like if you're doing something with your bank and all your stuff to protect all your money, you want it to protected. You don't want it fucking so people can get in nicking your money. Right, patching, that is instead of hitting ignore when a pop-up on your screen asks, do you want to install a critical update reboot? You should do it. 2 months ago, Microsoft released the patch that could have prevented the outbreak, but because so many companies didn't apply it, the so-called wannacry attack spread like what's this? Cholera. Some victims were using computers that run on Windows XP, a 16-year-old operating system in digital years that is old. Oh, in digital years, that is old. It is worth remembering Windows XP not only came out 6 years before first iPhone, it came out 2 months before the very first iPod. Think about how antiquated that feels to us today, Smith says. Yeah, so ancient. Yeah, because I've noticed a lot of like, say, council town halls that doing to do with the libraries and all that and computers, they're using Windows XP and Windows 98, all the old computers still, and you'd think they would be updating their Windows to Windows 10 or 7, at least to 7 at least, because I mean that even though it's finished now and all these things, I think to be honest every computer should be updated to Windows 10 in my opinion, and that way you can keep your constant. I think it's down to the government. If you think about it, with the National Health Service, that is down to the government of the UK or any government that is still using the old computers for those systems. I think they do it because a lot of people don't go on those old computers no more. But still, even hackers use those old computers still because they're easier to breach. So if you could actually have maintenance to actually protect people using those computers, maybe update the firmware, the software, or whatever they use in it, then it'd be a lot easier for them not to get in. Right, Microsoft calls for a digital Geneva Convention. The Microsoft president's second takeaway is not about what business of every size need to do, it's about what intelligence agencies like the CIA and the NSA need to do. A lot has changed in the world just in the last 12 months. Smith says we've seen a huge focus on nation state hacking by other countries including Russia and North Korea. Well, that is true, because there was some talks that people were using, was it Panasonic or LG's or what, I don't know what TV it was, but they were using certain TVs, putting microphones into people's TVs, into like the smart TVs, so they could hear. I mean, that comes under privacy, so why would you want to put that under your Privacy Act? Many countries are racing to create more cyber weapons. Smith says there's a real risk that criminals will steal them. He would like the government to limit the creation of cyber weapons just like they did for nuclear weapons. Well, yeah, they're not really doing it for nuclear weapons either, are they? I mean, look at North Korea, for instance. They're trying to build nuclear weapons themselves, bombs and rockets and all that shit, but it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Microsoft wants a digital Geneva Convention, he explains, something that would commit the government to do less hoarding of exploits and vulnerability, do more to work with software vendors that will we can all keep the systems secure. Yeah, well, that'll probably never happen because there's always going to be someone getting into it. Nothing's perfect, if you ask me. Nothing's perfect. Meaning, as he wrote in a blog post this past weekend, agencies like that NSA should have a new requirement to report vulnerabilities they find to software makers like Microsoft instead of stockpiling or selling or exploiting them. This is not conversation that has even begun, at least with the general public, Smith says. Yeah, so really they need to get this all out here. I'm reading all these blogs and all that about it. Steve, was this Groveman, Chief Technology Officer at McAfee, which makes the popular antivirus software, disagrees with Smith. Microsoft has a very strong position that is an absolute, whereas my position is a little bit more balanced, he says. Groveman says the governments should stockpile cyber weapons in some instances. For example, we are fighting a war and our military needs to take down a power plant, and there are only two options to do: drop a bomb on it or use a cyber attack to temporarily disable it. The cyber attack can, in many cases, limit the amount of loss of life. Clearly, there's a difference of opinion among tech leaders, though Groveman agrees with his colleague at Microsoft that these last few days battling the WannaCry attack have been very long. Yeah, so that one's for this one. In other news to do with Donald Trump today, actually, this has been, let's have a look. Donald Trump, this is posted 5 hours ago in The Guardian. I don't know whether you should trust these or not, or whether it's all propaganda against him, but to be honest, I think he does want to make America great again, but it depends on what kind of great he wants, or what kind of great people wants, really. It should be a people's choice, really, of how America should be. I'm not American myself, but I'm from UK and England, and I like just keeping it basic. I like everyone. I don't want war with any country, because to be honest, war means losing lives, and why would you want to risk your lives and stuff when you could just live in harmony and stuff? So yeah. Anyway, this says here, Donald Trump's shared highly classified information with the Russians. Ooh, let's have a look at this one. Right, let me go down here a second. Right, Donald Trump allegedly revealed highly classified information to the Russians' Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and the Russian ambassador to the U.S. Sergei Kislyak during an Oval Office meeting last week. The Washington Post reported on Monday that Trump shared details of intelligence gathered about the Islamic State threat that had been closely guarded with the United States government and among close U.S. allies. The report said that while Trump did not describe the specific source used to gather the intelligence, he provided highly classified details apparently connected to an ISIS plot related to the use of laptops on board a passenger aircraft. To the administration, officials who attended the meeting swiftly pushed back on allegations on Monday, saying Trump's meeting with Lavrov consisted only of broad discussions and surrounding counter-terrorism. During the President Trump's meeting with the Foreign Minister Lavrov, a broad range of subjects were discussed, among which were common efforts and threats regarding counter-terrorism. Rex Tillerson, the Secretary of State, said. During that exchange, the nature of specific threats were discussed, but they did not discuss the source of methods or military operations. H.R. McMaster, Trump's nation's security advisor, said the president and the Russian foreign minister reviewed common threats from terrorist organizations to include threats to aviation. At no time were any intelligence sources or methods discussed, and no military operations were disclosed that were not already known publicly. McMaster said in a statement, speaking to reporters later at the White House. McMaster added to his statement by saying, "I was in the room, it didn't happen." Russian Foreign Minister denounced the report as fake. Spokesman woman Maria Zakharova said the U.S. press was not only harmful but dangerous, and claimed the story was a planned hit against Russia. So was it planned to hit against Russia, or did something happen between the officials of Russia and Trump? Was there actual talks in between? Let us know in the comments what you guys and girls think, guys and girls. I'd be very interested. Right, what else we got here? After the story broke, the White House did not provide any further specifics on the meeting. U.S. officials also confirmed the Washington Post report to other outlets. Outlets amid the administration's denials. Chuck Schumer, the Senate Democratic leader, said the report, if true, was very disturbing. Right, revealing the classified information at this level is extremely dangerous and puts at risk the lives of Americans and those gather intelligence for our country. Schumer said in a statement that the president owes the intelligence community, the American people, and the Congress a full explanation. So Did they? Yeah. So did they owe them the well, the explanation, guys and girls? What do you guys and girls think? Let us know as well in the comments below. And so I'm just coming up to the last, I'd say 9-10 minutes. So let's continue on this one. Even if the President Trump unwittingly blew a highly classified code word source to the Russians, that would be dangerous enough, she said. If the President outed a highly classified code word source intentionally, that would be even more dangerous. The Republican Senator Bob Corker, chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, warned Trump's White House must urgently reverse the downward spiral. It finds itself, the White House has got to do with something soon to bring itself under control, and in order, he said, it's got to happen. The Washington Post said after Trump's meeting, White House officials went into damage limitations mode with calls to the CIA and the NSA. The meeting was already under scrutiny because of its timing, a day after Trump's controversial decision to fire FBI Director James Comey. Comey had been leading a federal investigation into potential ties between Trump and Moscow, stemming from the US government's conclusion last year that Russia interfered with the 2016 presidential election and sought to boost Trump's candidacy. So what do you guys can go as well? Do you think that the Russians did have something to do with the election in 2016? And if so, why did they want Trump to win as well? And what really annoys me as well, right? Not really annoys me, right? But apparently, FBI Director James Comey, why did he get fired? Was Donald Trump was he getting too close to Donald Trump to try and expose him on the actual thing? Because he was actually James Comey was he was trying to do an investigation into that other one as well beforehand. Oh, Hillary Clinton. And then they pulled out or something, so maybe they were coming after Donald Trump. Maybe he was hiding something, maybe he was doing something illegal, I don't know. But maybe that's why Donald Trump actually got rid of him. Maybe he's hiding something. Who knows? So anyway, let's go to something quickly for Nintendo this time. I'm going to do some quick ones this time for Nintendo. Nintendo Switch news. Console receives a mysterious new update. Ooh. So I haven't got the Switch yet, the Nintendo Switch, but I hopefully get one next year maybe. Nintendo Switch owners can download a mysterious new console update as has become standard for Nintendo Switch console updates. The patch notes are thin on the ground, leaving fans guessing about exactly what it is. According to the official Nintendo patch notes, the update 2.3.0 improves the user experience, general system stability, improvements to enhance the user's experience reads the Nintendo patch notes. Nintendo Switch updates generally download automatically, but the users can also manually start the update if necessary. It's been a similar story for all the Nintendo's recent updates. The last major update landed at the launch and added online play, battery display, and micro SD support. Hopefully, the latest update fixes the bizarre new bug discovered after the release of Minecraft Switch Edition. According to reports, that Nintendo Switch appears to be capturing screenshots at random. I've been noticing an issue lately where the Nintendo Switch will take a random screenshot while in the main operating system menus or in a game without touching or pressing the screenshot capture button at all, reads a Nintendo's forum post. I noticed this all started happening after installing Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition when it started taking random screenshots while in a game. I figured it was maybe a Minecraft bug, but then it was taking the random screenshots within the Switch's operating system menus while Minecraft app was closed and not running. So now it's very slowly filling up my storage with screen captures that I never took. The issue first cropped up during a Minecraft developer live stream, though it doesn't seem to be limited to the app. Available for £20 or £19.99 from the Nintendo Switch eShop. Minecraft Switch Edition contains the base game as well as the Super Mario Mash-Up Pack from the Wii U version. Super Mario's Mash-Up Pack contains additional content inspired by Super Mario World, Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. So yeah, there we go, that's some Nintendo news for you. We did some Microsoft ones, and what else are we going to do? Apparently some more Microsoft news. Business that failed to update Microsoft Windows-based computer systems that were hit by a massive cyber attack over the weekend could be sued over their lax cyber security. But Microsoft Corp itself enjoys strong protection from lawsuits, legal experts said. The WannaCry worm has affected more than 200,000 Windows computers around the world since Friday, disrupting car factories, global shipper FedEx Corp and Britain's National Health Service, among others. The hacking tool spread silent between computers, shutting them down by encrypting data and then demanding a ransom of $300 to unlock them. According to Microsoft's MSFT.0 or .0, computers affected by the so-called ransomware did not have a security patch for various Windows versions installed or were running Windows XP, which the company no longer supports. Yeah, so they don't support Windows XP no more, so it's like pretty much tits up for them. Using outdated versions of Windows that are no longer supported raises a lot of questions, said Christopher Dahl, a lawyer specializing in digital privacy law at Edelson PC. It would arguably be knowing neglections to let these systems stay in place. Businesses could face legal claims if they fail to deliver the services because of the attack, said Edward McAndrew, a data privacy lawyer. Ballard Spa, there is this stream of liability that flows from the ransomware attack, he said, and the liability to individual consumers and patients. So I'm just about to almost finish off now, guys and girls. So yeah, right, the door said companies that faced disruption because they did not run the Microsoft update because they were using old versions of Windows could face lawsuits if they publicly tortured their cybersecurity. Anyway, so I'm just about to finish off here. If you enjoy this video, if this is good sort of like news updates, let us know in the comments below. Like, favourite, share and subscribe, and cheers all for watching, guys.